welcome. Before we begin, I'm going to give you the playlist, which is called Meet_Gentle Flow. There'll be a link, but you can also find it on Colette Davis on my Spotify. It's called Meet, M-E-E-T, not the animal variety. So get that up and then grab a pen and paper or your journal and then come back, press pause. So you can press play on the playlist. Get yourself comfortable. Take your journal and your pen or your paper and your pen and just start to write freely. You might be just writing the words that I'm saying to get you started. Just write freely. And allow your inner world, the contents of your mind, to spill over onto the page. No one's going to read it. It might be a shopping list. It's just an emptying process. And if you are a little bit stuck, you can maybe respond to the question, what is alive for me this morning? What is coming up? What is the story that I keep repeating, or what is it that you feel in your body? It might be something, it might be that your body wants to speak through your pen. Just take another minute or so. And of course, you can always pause the video if it feels like things are motorizing and there's lots coming through. And it doesn't always have to be writing and words. You might be a more visual person and you might find yourself drawing and doodling and free drawing. And you can press play on your playlist if you haven't already. Close your eyes. Drop down through your sit bones. Surrender, offer your pelvis down to the earth, the bones of your thighs. And see if you can find more space through the pelvic floor. Soften your belly. Soften your jaw. And give yourself a few moments to really land in your seat. Noticing how the crown of your head meets the space above you. and the back of your head. Allow the back of your head to gently lean into the space behind. And soften again around this tall seat as you just take a few moments to listen to what's here. What's alive inside of you, inside this wilderness, within this ever-changing landscape of energetic, emotional material that stirs and swells and locks and tightens, that explodes, that bursts, that deadens. And our practice is always helping us to hold more, to meet more. And we can tenderly hold ourselves as we do that. So bring your right hand to the middle of your chest and take a few moments to really receive the compassion of your own touch. It's this very simple, sweet acknowledgement that you're listening, that you're gently holding all the contents of your experience, the discomfort, the peace, the joy, the grief. And just start to move your hands. You can bring another hand to another part of your body and receive your touch there. And sense into, my hand feels like it really wants to stay close to my heart. There's tightness there for me today, so the warmth of my hand and the presence creates this conversation. And allow some gentle rocking and swaying to come through. And you can place a hand on maybe somewhere else on your body that feels like it needs to be heard. And you might find there's sighs or exhales, which is just the energy moving through. It's all just energy in the field of your awareness, all your thoughts, all your emotions. It all wants to move. Energy is not static. If it is static, it gets stagnant. So start to make some small circles. There might be undulations, you might sway, just any small gentle movement in your seat. And deepen your breath as you move. And soften your hands as you receive. As you administer this sweet medicine of touch, of presence, and the generous gift of your own movement that is supporting your process. Keep the movement going, but bring your palms to face up and let your hands be really soft. Allow your right hand to softly reach for the earth, find the connection, and then let that energy rebound all the way up through your left hand. Let it ripple through your whole body as you continue to undulate and circle and move. Simply bringing us into a shape as we do that. And yes, it is kind of like a side stretch, but what we're doing is more stirring, mobilizing our inner world. And you can take it over to the second side. Let the hand really softly touch into the earth and then allow that connection to rebound all the way through your body. Keep your joints soft and release your jaw. Look up to your right hand and just allow yourself to be enchanted by the graceful movements of this hand moving through space. And then come to center and bring your hands out in front of you. Let them soften into the space around them. And then close your eyes. And allow all of your awareness to gather in the palms of your hands, in the backs of your hands. And as if your hands were reaching for each other, start to magnetize palm to palm. And just before your hands touch, as they move towards a prayer position, just allow there to be space between your hands just before they touch. Experience your own energy body, your own electromagnetic field. The mysteriousness of that. And then let your hand meet your hand. So there is this sense of both meeting and being met. And allow the skin to soften into the skin and the bone into the bone. And this is true presence. This is true meeting. Our tendency is to disconnect, to resist, to push away, to collapse from what is here. As we move through this practice, may we set the intention to stay present to what is here in each moment. To notice when we disconnect and pull away, and to gently hold that too. Allow your hands to yield away from each other very slowly. Let them reach for the earth in front of you. Take a moment for them to land, and inhale to half lift as the energy rebounds from the earth through your heart into the space. Exhale round through your spine. Keep your hands ever softening into the soft earth. Close your eyes and release your jaw and take a few pulses like that. Finding the whole of your inhale and the whole of your exhale, keeping your joints soft and liquefying your brain into your body. Take your time. Let the transition
Move on the breath as you breathe yourself onto your knees and exhale back towards a little squat as you rock onto the balls of your feet. And inhale forward onto your knees. Come into tabletop, and as you exhale, gently glide back towards a child's pose. And then let the inhale carry you back forwards, round through a cat shape, back to tabletop. And exhale, let the breath gently rock you back towards the back of your mat. And let the inhale guide you and carry you towards the front of your mat. So you're just gently meeting the space in front of you with the crown of your head. And as you exhale, you're gliding into the space behind you. See how slow you can move by deepening your breath. You might go for a count of 6 on the inhale and 6 on the exhale. You might have a greater lung capacity and go for a count of 8. Presence is never boring. A teacher of mine yesterday, she said there is so much power and beauty in our presence that we can get completely lost in the moment, in its richness. Nothing else exists, just your breath, your movement, the earth, the space that you're moving in. The next time you exhale, lower your chest and your chin. Glide into cobra. Anchor down through your legs. Gather through your pelvic floor and your low belly and breathe your heart full. As you exhale, gather more strength through your low belly. And as you inhale, let the crown of your head meet the space above you. Exhale back towards child's pose. Inhale to round through a cat shape. Exhale, lower chest and chin. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale back towards child's and just keep going in your own pattern, your own breath. Presencing yourself to every sensation, to the space behind you in your cobra or as you move back towards child, to the breath that spirals into your lungs, to the softness of the skin on your face. Cultivating this capacity to listen the next time you exhale. Bring your seat to your heels, sweep your arms wide and high as your torso comes upright. And exhale, bring your left hand to touch the earth and sweep your right hand up and over. Stay on this side, look up towards the sky and take a few undulations through your spine to liquefy and to dislodge any stuckness, any resistance, any holding. Work it through the elbow and the shoulder and the wrist. And then breathe yourself to center and very softly float to the second side. Imagine that your right hand is sinking into wet clay as you look to the sky and open your heart and ripple and undulate through all of your joints, your vertebra, your elbow, your wrist. And just delight in the velveteen, viscous fluidity of your movement. Come onto your knees and standing and sweep your arms wide, and then exhale to round in. And as you inhale, gather through your belly as you open through your chest. Arms sweep wide and pulse in, finding your own expression. Let it unfold. It doesn't have to be a rounding and arcing of the spine. It's likely that you'll find that it just wants to move into something else. And you can just allow for that. That's the intelligence of life guiding you. And you can meet that with curiosity. Next time you exhale, slowly bring your hands towards the earth, to child's. Inhale to round through a cat. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, and super slow motion, glide into downward facing dog as you reach your sit bones skywards. Keep your knees bent. Press into the clay with your hands. Release your jaw and your face and your brow. And start to sway through the hips, so it creates a little cycling through the legs, but make sure it's not mechanical. It has this organic kind of movement, and then allow for any ripples and circles, cycles, undulations. Just see what happens in your down dog, and you might just crave stillness. Wherever you are, breathe. Imagine that you are moving through water, that the space that you are meeting and that is meeting you has a certain density to it. Inhale, wave forwards to plank. Exhale, soften your knees, downward facing dog, reach your sit bones skywards. Inhale, gather through the legs as you round into plank. Exhale, soften through your knees as you reach your pelvic floor to the sky, finding that curve in your low back. Inhale carries you into plank. Walk your hands back to your feet. Bring your feet the width of the mat and just hold onto your elbows as you sway from side to side and meet the sensations in your hamstrings. Release the back of your neck. Bring your hands to your jaw and just give yourself a little massage in your jaw. Bring your hands to the back of your skull and just draw your head down towards the earth. Soften your knees. Root through the mound of the big toe. So it's almost like the soles of the feet are spreading into the wet clay. And then with your knees soft, reach your sit bones a little higher. If I bring your feet hip distance apart, bend your knees and slide your hands up your shins to find your thighs. Inhale to arc through your spine, let the back of your head reach for the back of your pelvis. And exhale to round all the way through and empty your breath all the way out. And inhale to arc. And exhale to round. Take a few more on your own. And really drink in the fullness of your breath. Let your feet spread into the earth as you sweep your arms wide and high to stand. Close your eyes as your hands find each other in a prayer, and then draw that prayer down to your heart. Take a moment here to listen, to receive. Bring one hand to your heart and one hand to a part of your body. And just repeat the mantra, I am. I am. I am. In honor and recognition of this mysterious existence, that you exist, that you are here, sweep your arms wide and high and take a deep bow to this gift of life. Walk yourself all the way out to a plank pose. And exhale, lower through chaturanga or knees, chest, chin, all the way to the earth. Now listen closely. Bring your hands out in front into a prayer. Lower your forehead to the earth into a full pranam. Soften into the shape and sense into the sacredness of the shape. And once again, take a moment to acknowledge the gift of this life, this body. Inhale to cobra as you breathe that in. Exhale back towards child's. Inhale to round through a cat. Exhale to down dog. Take 3 breaths in silence and stillness. Inhale onto the balls of your feet. Turn your toes to the left, your hips to the right. Bend your knees for this twisted dog. Sweep your left arm up and over your head and press your legs straight into a side plank. Bend and straighten your legs. And if it's easier, you can always lower your right knee to the earth. In fact, let's do that. Lower your right knee. And then we can find some undulations, some pulses, some movement in the shape. This is a way for you to be with what's here and also to help it move through. The next time you exhale, lower your left hand to the earth. Inhale onto the balls of your feet. Turn your toes to the right. Hips to the left, bend your knees second side as you wish. You can lower the knee to the earth. You might choose to stay stronger. Wherever you are, stay close to yourself. Listen to how your body organically ripples and unfolds and guides you. And then softly return to down dog. Walk your feet to your hands. Inhale to a half lift at the top of your mat. Exhale everything out and empty everything out. Fold in. Inhale, hands to shins, half lift. Lengthen all the way through your crown. Exhale everything out. Inhale to half lift as you invite everything in. And then exhale to empty, empty, empty. Right down through your feet and sweep your arms high to the sky. Bring your hands to your hands, hands to your heart. Take a moment to pause. Soften your knees. Let your feet spread into the earth. Release your hands alongside your body and start to transfer your weight from one foot to the other. And as you do, let all your attention pull into where your foot meets the earth. And there's this condensing of the cells. It creates this kind of cushion of support as you become more conscious of your relationship to gravity, as you actually relate to your relationship to gravity, as you relate to your environment. Notice the effect that it has on how you move when you amplify your awareness like this. Let it start to ripple through your body, so as you press the cells of your right foot to the earth, reach up through your right hip and your right shoulder and your right arm, and as you soften through the cells of the left foot, let that ripple up through the left hip and the left arm, and take a few explorations. You might prefer to just stay with both feet grounded and let the reverb undulate through your spine. Just take a moment to curiously explore how you relate to the earth, to gravity, and to space. Bend through both knees, ground through both feet, pull your weight into your right foot, and now maintaining that connection, draw your left knee in, as if you have this greater sense of buoyancy. Spread your left toes, and just take a moment to gently pulse through your right knee, keeping that connection of your awareness of the sole of the foot to the earth. Tree pose. Bring the left sole of the left foot to the inner right thigh or calf. Let the hands find the hands in prayer and meet yourself fully in the shape. Draw your knee into center. Bring your right hand outside your left thigh or your left foot. For Parivrita Utthita Hasta Parangustasana. Draw that left hip down as you reach through the heel of your left foot, as you soften through the sole of your right foot and meet the space above you with the crown. Meet the whole shape. Inhale back to center, hands high, knee to chest. Exhale, airplane. Soften through your right knee and push the space behind you as you breathe into your back body. Soften your face and reach back for high crescent lunge. Let the reverb ripple through your body. And exhale, lower your back knee to the earth, Anjaneya. Inhale, lean back. And exhale, take your right hand to the back of your right thigh or your sacrum or maybe even your calf. Inhale to lean into the back bend. Exhale, your left hand to the earth, right hand to the sky, low twisted. Exhale, straighten your front leg as you bring your right hand to the earth and then sweep your right leg behind you into a three-legged dog. Bend your knee, open your hip and make circles slowly. Spread your toes. Stir the space, maybe with a straight leg, maybe with a bent knee. Downward facing dog. Inhale, way forwards to plank. Exhale, lower chest and chin or chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths. Look towards your hands. Exhale, step, walk or jump your feet to your hands. Inhale to half lift, lengthen through the crown, let your hands meet your shins meet your hands. And exhale to empty, bow, Uttanasana. Take 2 more. Let your feet spread and soften into the earth. Soften your knees, sweep your arms wide and high and over your head. Exhale your hands to your hands. Drop your awareness into the soles of your feet. Soften your knees and allow the weight to transfer so you can experience this condensing of the cells in the soles of the feet. Find this cushion of support. So as you come into deeper relationship through amplifying your awareness, it creates a giving and a receiving. It creates a greater intimacy with what's happening. It widens our curiosity, and it shifts the way that we show up and we move in the world. No longer do we want to rush over, move fast, disconnect, skip over. We can really get curious about what we're experiencing. Pull your weight into your left foot. Draw your right knee in, stay soft through your left knee and just bounce a few times as you spread your right toes, just as if you were encoding that relationship through your whole body. Tree pose. Any expression, you can let the hands meet the hands if that helps you to presence yourself to the whole shape. And then draw your knee in towards center, bring your left hand outside your right thigh or your right foot. Soft gaze, soft soles of your feet. Reach to the crown of your head. Inhale to center, reach your hands high. Exhale through airplane, push the space behind you and breathe into the space above you. High crescent lunge, slowly reach for the back of the mat with the ball of your right foot. Reverb up through your hands. Exhale, lower your back knee down to the earth. Inhale to lean back, hug your legs together. Exhale your left hand down the back of your right thigh. Sweep your right arm up and over. Exhale, right hand to the earth, left hand to the sky, low twisted lunge. Lift your back knee and lean back. Soften your face. Connect through the earth and let that energy, that upward force, rebound through your whole body. And then straighten your front leg, left hand to the earth, 3-legged dog, sweep your left leg to the sky. Find any movement, stirring, painting with your foot. And you can choose to vinyasa or maybe just stay in down dog for a few breaths. I'm just going to gently rock backwards and forwards on the wave of my breath. It helps me to stay curious and connected through my hands. And it really helps me to come back to my breath. Let's do the same sequence, but just a little speedier. Walk your feet to your hands. Inhale to half lift, just the one time, so find the whole breath. Exhale to empty. Inhale to rise. Soften both knees, bring your hands to your hands, pull your weight into your right foot. Tree pose. Exhale, draw your knee to center, find your twisted shape. Hand to knee or outside of foot. Inhale back to center. Reach into high crescent through warrior 3, airplane. Inhale to reach and exhale to lower your back knee. Take your right hand behind you for your twisted back bend. Exhale your left hand to the earth, right hand to the sky. Exhale, right hand to the earth, right leg to the sky, three-legged dog, and this time if you wish, step the foot behind you for wild thing and take a couple of breaths here. Spin the eye of your arm to the top of your mat so that you get this big external rotation through your shoulder. Slowly return to down dog. Just take an inhale and an exhale out of your mouth. Ha! Another inhale and then exhale your feet to your hands. Inhale to half lift and lengthen. And exhale to melt and soften. Spread the soles of your feet as you root to rise. Bring your hands to your hands, soften through your left foot, your left knee, draw your right knee in, tree pose. And that turns into your twisted standing balance. And the inhale brings you back to center, and that takes you back into a warrior 3. So one pose reaches into the next, the high crescent ripples through your whole body, and then lower down on your exhale for Anjaneya. Take an inhale, and then take your left hand behind you. Right hand to the earth, left hand to the sky. Three-legged dog into wild thing. And now really drink yourself in. Keep breathing your rib cage away from your pelvis so that you get more space through this powerful listening center of your heart. So you can meet the earth as you press up and out into the space. And then very slowly come back to down dog. Exhale to lower your knees down to the earth. Bring your seat to your heels. Bring your torso upright so you're in a kneeling position. Let your palms face up. And receive. Receive all that moves, all that vibrates, all that contracts and expands. They are all simply expressions of life, neither good nor bad, right nor wrong. And bring your right hand to your center of your chest and bring your left hand on top and take a moment to breathe into the fullness of you. Soften into the wholeness of you. And repeat the mantra, I am. I am here. And I am here with what is here. I choose to turn towards my experience and not away from. I choose discomfort, grief, joy, confusion, frustration, tiredness. Whatever you're experiencing, gently hold it, for it is precious. Release your hands and slide your hands towards the front of your mat and bring your right knee outside your right hand for pigeon. Lengthen through your back leg, and you can tuck your back toes and walk your back knee back. Walk your hands forward a little and just take some gentle sways here. And then lower yourself down and let your palms face up in a gesture of receptivity. And keep your inner gaze looking forward, so you can have your eyes open or closed, but just don't drop your head. Stay connected, stay here with what's here. Through these practices of presence cultivation, we're expanding our capacity to hold life, to meet more, to stay in relationship, especially when we want to pull out, to stay with the intensity of sensation, to stay with the swirling and the tightness and the stuckness. It's all information for nourishment. It's all food. Gently walk yourself back up, roll onto your right hip and sweep your left leg all the way around. Step your left foot outside your right thigh for a seated twist and ground through both of your sit bones. Just take a moment to land here first. And then take your left fingertips behind. Reach your right hand to the sky, and as you exhale, rotate around the axis of your spine. Soften all the parts of you that are connecting to the earth. Let them soften down, spread wide. And then all the parts of you that are connecting to the space, breathe yourself bigger so you expand into the space. So there's a softening and a widening even in this very tight twist. Inhale to unravel. Just take a seated cross-leg position for a moment, palms facing up, and listen to all of the blood rushing through your legs, the lengthening and the dull ache of your muscles. Maybe any resistance or wanting to hurry up and move on to the next thing. Just gently holding it all. And then second side, you can just lean onto your left hip and then sweep your right leg behind you, tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee so you can walk your hips back a little. Gather through your low belly and then walk your soft hands forwards and take a few sways. And then And when you're ready, come down, and either palms facing up or palms down. You might feel that you wish to ground a little more. And this time perhaps you want to soften into the earth more. Perhaps you want to reach down and connect deeper. And if you find that you bow a little deeper, then send the breath more generously into your back body. It will help you stay connected. It's easy to unplug in these more passive shapes. How can I keep plugging in? How can I keep meeting and participating? And why do I want to? If indeed I do. Drink in the intensity through your hips. Breathe yourself back upright and just take a few circles through your hips. And then roll onto your left hip for your seated twist. Step your right foot outside your left thigh. Bring your right fingertips behind. Ground through both sit bones as you reach skyward, and then bring your left elbow outside your right thigh. Soften through the base and expand through the crown and the front, back and sides of your body. Inhale to untwist. And then you can either come to lie on your back, or you might prefer to take a few minutes in meditation first. If you choose to come to lie on your back for Shavasana, make sure your legs are the length and width of your mat and your arms are alongside your body. And let it be an extension of your listening practice. So you're listening to where your body is connected to the earth, whether you're seated or lying. You're listening to the tone of the day. The frequency, the texture of the space that you're in. Allow your ears to meet the sounds. And your skin to meet the air. And your tongue to meet the taste in your mouth. Allow your eyes to rest into the cranium, into your skull. And just take a few minutes to rest in presence. And I will leave you in your rest, in your presence, in your meditation, your shavasana. Take as long as you need. If you get lost, just keep calling yourself back to all of the contents of your present experience. Wishing you a beautiful morning, day, evening.